Hi YouTube, this is Betty. I'm here to show you how easy it is to do like a, DIY mixed media art with practically no money at all, and just like with a cereal box, homemade stencils, markers, regular glue, makeup, nail polish, anything that you can find in your house. You could probably make like a really beautiful, art for your house, or your bedroom. So I'm gonna show you how. Okay, now that we have our canvas ready, we're gonna make a stencil. I just cut off another piece from the cardboard from the cereal box, like about the same length, and we're gonna create like a hole punch stencil. Okay, I just have regular hole puncher here. It's like old and rusty, but I'm gonna try to get this done. Now that we're done with that, boy, that was hard. Those are old. Let me show you what I did here. I made my own alcohol inks. Okay, what I used was like these markers. They're from Office Depot, but you can use like any old markers. I'm sure everybody has markers around the house. If not, you can ask, like a friend that has kids and stuff. You can use highlighters. You can use markers, depending on the size. I mean, I would think this will probably take more ink than these little ones. You probably use half alcohol. So I'm going to put this to the side a second. Let me show you. You can find little bottles probably around the house of like fragrance bottles or, like bath colognes. I put water in here. These just so happens that I had. So what I did was I just opened with pliers, like my markers, like back here. Let me see if this happens. Just pulled it open. They're really hard, I don't know why they make it so hard, but I guess because this one is like permanent markers. Just pop it open. And I squeezed out these things. And as you can see right here, I just put it in there with the alcohol. And I also put the nib in. Let me just put it back because I'm not going to create a new one here. The nib is really easy to take out too, just with pliers. Just pull it right out, and I threw it in there. And then I just tossed out, like the plastic thing. I am so happy with the results from these markers. They are beautiful. Let me just give you a little example. Let me find a piece of paper. So, like I said, since these are like permanent markers, which is great, but let me just use a little newspaper so I can spray on top of this. Okay, I used 3 colors because if you notice, like these are like the main colors. I didn't use red because I thought that would be too strong, especially like in something that I want for my room, like a little piece of artwork. So I used pink, yellow, and blue. Okay, this is a blue. It's really strong. It's like stronger than what I thought it was going to come out. This is a yellow. And this is a pink. So like blue and pink make like a nice purple. And then I can get my greens from the yellow and blue. And then orange from the pink and the yellow. So that's why I think I only need 3 colors, at least for our project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear up these 2 into pieces so we can use on our canvas as a backdrop. I'm going to put my newspaper to the side. Here you go. And then this is a glue that I like to use. This is a glue that I'm going to use today because it was almost empty, so I just decided to use it. The glue all they sell in the hardware stores, it's really strong. I have glued 2 pieces of paper together or 2 pieces of items together, and it doesn't come apart. It kind of dries like a plastic. I love it. It's extra strong formula. It's really strong. I like it. I mean, it will probably dent your paper more than Mod Podge because Mod Podge doesn't leave a lot of ridges. But for this art purpose, for multimedia, I like it. You know, it leaves a nice... Ooh, it wrinkles up real fast. I love this color, so pretty. Put these things to the side. What you can do is, if you don't have a handwritten letter, you could also use like pages out of a magazine or pages out of a book. You strip them and you use that. But I like to use the color and then text. Now I'm going to show you what I can do. I want to put like an additional layer to give it more texture. I have this lace, little piece of lace that I have. And I also have like gauze that I had because I had like a boo-boo. And this is like really cool. You can use this to also spray through and get some stencils. But I made my own stencil, so we're not going to be using this as a stencil. I made my own stencils, like doing little holes in my cereal box, and I'm going to use that to spray through after we get like a piece of, like a layer of gesso again on top. I think I like the lace. I am going to cut up like little strips of lace and use that. Let me show you. I'm just going to use 3 strips. I don't think I need more than 3 strips. Now the problem is, you know, I can't really paint on this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint on the pages here. This is my glue, it's not paint. I said paint, but that's not what I meant. Just glue it down. The next one is going to be in the middle. There we go. And then the third one, I'm going to put it right here like on top. You could also use some kind of ribbon, or you can use fabric, any other type of fabric. An old t-shirt, you could make it strips. Anything that has some kind of like fabric on it. Let me just show you what I found also here. See, I had these strips for my eyebrows. I'm not using it anymore. And I think these would look really nice too, but I'm not going to use them for this project. But what I am going to use, I found this string that I'm going to like put like around, since this is like, again, since everything I'm doing like is horizontal like this, so I think I'm going to probably cut it up. Put it horizontal. This will give it a nice texture. Put it here. No a reason, just because. Put a little glue on top. Now I'm going to get straws. You see these little straws? I got this from McDonald's. I am going to use this kind of like lace. You see this here? Not lace. Like ribbons. I'm going to cut the ends off. I'll show you. What I like about this is that it has like some kind of nice ridge on the ends there. It's pretty. It's nice. Okay, so I'm just gonna squish it down. Take it out. Cut off the ends. Put it down. So I have 3 straws. You know what also comes like in this, like those stir cups also, stir little sticks, stirring sticks. Put a little bit here. Just because. Here we go. Now I'm going to have to let my canvas dry out for a while. But before it dries out, I think what I'm going to do, since I'm going to have to let it dry out anyways, I am going to put a little white paint around it. I'm going to dry up. Has glue, but I'm going to use the same brush here. This is a gesso that we made. Gesso that we made. So I am just going to sprinkle it with white paint in certain areas. It's thick. I'm going to go around. Do strips just like I did with my strips. You can cover up some of the letters, you can cover up some of the tape, you can cover up some of the lace. It doesn't matter, you just sprinkle it like in different areas. Decided to cover some of this lettering. So there's no details, not a lot of details on this. Okay, so I'm done for now. I'm going to let this dry and I'll be back. Okay, now while my canvas is drying, I just wanted to give a shout out to Maremi SmallArt. She's my inspiration for this artwork. She has great pieces of multimedia art. You could check her out, you know. So she's like on YouTube. And this is the recipe for my gesso. White acrylic paint. I found mine for 50 cents at Walmart, those little tubes. But you could also get like house paint, but as long as it's acrylic. And then a 1/4 cup white glue, a 1/4 cup talc. I use, for my gesso, I use talcum powder, but you could also use baking soda. There's a lot of recipes on YouTube, but I did mine with this, and it's, you know, it's pretty good. Okay, then to form my textured paste, I just added a 1/4 cup of talcum powder, a little bit more, to make it thick, so I could use it like, you know, thick. Okay. For my ink spray, 1 large permanent marker and 2 ounces spray bottle with alcohol, of course. Let me just, and then 2 ounces spray bottle with alcohol. Okay, and those are my recipes. So let's move on. Now we're going to create flowers. I found this in Panera, but you can find these cup, you know, holders like anywhere. They're like the cup holders for warm, you know, coffee. Oh, shit. Okay, I ripped that. Be careful. I like the texture on the inside, so I'm going to use it to make my flowers. Now, to make the actual flowers, what I did was these little ketchup bottles at McDonald's, you could find them in other stores, or like for coffee and stuff. You open them up. When I opened them up, I was like, oh my God, this is so pretty. It's like a flower, see? So I'm going to use this for my flower. It has already like the texture, it has the shape. So what I did was like I folded it up. Let me cut one out for you. Start doing scallops. Look at this. So it's like a little flower. So I did my flowers different shapes, different sizes. You know, they're the same shape, but they're different sizes. And then from here, what I did was I used like a little cup, and then I just did a shape of a circle. I cut it out. So this is going to be like for my center of the flower. Okay. But I found that the flowers like white, it's kind of like dull. So I want to paint them with like spray. Like I'm thinking pink. So let's do that now. Okay, now I want to make green paint because I want to use this kind of like a stamp. These are like little pieces of fern that I got in my backyard. But I want to do like the bottom part like green, like ferns and stuff. But I guess before I do that, I really want to make the background a little more green. So I'm going to use my spray, the yellow and the blue, to see if I make some kind of green. I'm not going to mix it together. I'm going to mix it as I spray. Like from high. There we go. And then the yellow on top. Okay. A little more blue. A little more green. I don't like it. I think that's better. There we go. I think that now that looks kind of greenish. So I kind of like that. Okay. I'm going to make a light green color because I'm going to mix my white gesso with the blue and the yellow. Boy, those sprays can be a little messy. This will come out kind of like a chalk paint. I'm going to do a little at a time because I don't want to overpower it. I want it to be light blue, light green. That didn't come out as detailed as I'd like, so I think I'm going to try spraying over it, the green again. See how that comes out. Okay, the yellow. A little bit of the blue. Let's see.
Mom?
Yeah?
Are you recording?
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, now I want to do like little circles from our stencils. So I don't get like a hard edge there. I put like little white around it. Now I'm ready to paste down my flowers. Let's see. Let's get our glue. There's our brush. Let's start with the big one. I'm going to put it like in the center. So I've put down my embellishments. This looks like it could be a little bird cage, but it's really like a window charm. So I had like a bunch of little charms and stuff to put down. Now I'm going to take my paste and give it some texture. And of course, what I'm going to use is my homemade stencil. Little round balls. Clean up a little. This is a paste that I made out of the recipe. I have the recipe down there. The Gesso. Oh, it's a little thick. Thickened up overnight. I'm going to put a little bit of water. Let's start here. I have a gift card from Big Lots. I think this will work well. It's actually a rewards card. Oh, how pretty. Okay, as I'm sitting here watching paint dry, I realized like the bird and the butterfly, they're not coming out, but I have this white nail polish. It's the same one I'm wearing. I'm gonna have to fix that later. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do little dots around them so that they can pop out. So you can watch me do that. I wanted to add that I added this from the magazine, from, you know, cutouts. It's like a little bird and a butterfly, and I also put some embellishments, like a little key, some charms, and this is a pin that I got from a store. It's one of those pins, and this is a close-up of the finished artwork. I hope you enjoyed our video. See you next time.